Hello, everyone. Tim Taylor here with this month's T3 Technology Tips with Tim. Hope everyone's doing well, and I'm sure everyone's ready for a great holiday break. Uh, so let's go ahead and give you an opportunity to possibly win a door prize, though, before we head off for a holiday break. So let's go ahead and hop into our content. And the first thing I want to talk about, and I've mentioned Discovery Education the last two videos, but I think it's very, very important we subscribe to this resource, and I know we're not taking advantage of all this has to offer. And the thing I want to showcase today from Discovery Education is underneath the Professional Learning tab. And so if I click right here, it will bring me to this page. And one of the categories is called Strategies and Resources. So if I click on that, you'll see the various strategies and resources that are available to you. And the one I want to look closely at here today is the spotlight on strategies. And these are research-based instructional strategies that can be used with really any content, not just Discovery Education, although they give some examples of that. And when you go to this page, they have a featured spotlight on strategy. Like here, this one's called 20 questions, but you'll see the different categories here. Here's some instructional strategies dealing with assessment, and here's three of them that you can click on. Here's cites evidence. This kind of does correlate when you're specifically looking at like video content, but you see there's a lot of different categories here. And these are all research-based instructional strategies that are outstanding, the ones that I've got a chance to see. And what's nice is if you click on one, for example, let's look at the AEIOU. Click on that. What it does then is it gives you information about it, citations, transcript, because you can see a PDF version that talks about how you can use this specific strategy. What's nice here's a nice little short video, 3 minutes 43 seconds that you can click. And what they have is an actual teacher that shows you how you would actually use this strategy in your learning environment. And what's nice is they're nice and short. It's not like you got to spend a half an hour. I mean, basically 5 minutes. It can show you a nice instructional strategy you use in your classroom. So again, I really hope that y'all go to your Discovery Education account. Everyone in our school division has one, and check out the spotlight on strategies, because I know that there's something in there for everybody that you can use in your learning environment. The next resource I want to talk about is kind of going along with the season a little bit here. It's explore.org, and what this site has, it gives you access to a lot of multimedia content on various topics. Deal with a lot of habitats, especially when it comes to wildlife. You have access to films, photos. There's also some blogs that has content. But the thing I want to point out here today is actual live cams, and kind of sticking with the holiday or winter type season. Here's an example of one that shows polar bears in this national park. And sometimes they'll tell you specifically what time the actual webcam is actually live. If it's not on live, they may show some highlights from previous recordings. So here's one, like I said, on polar bears, but here's different ones you can look at in different areas. It actually gives a list of ones that are live now, but notice here's one on bats, falcons, underwater life. Here's line cam. So there's a lot of different, and you can pull on your heartstrings. Here's one with puppies. But there's a lot of different resources here, and it's kind of neat to actually see some of these animals in their live natural habitat. Of course, some of them are actually located in like zoos, etc. But it's still pretty neat to watch these videos. So again, this is explore.org, and for our word here for our door prize this month, let's go ahead and use the word explore. So again, the word to be eligible for this month's door prize is the word explore. The next thing I want to go over here, the last thing, is there are some new things that are happening in Google. I just attended Cody and I attended a meeting first week in December, and first thing I want to mention is when it comes to your drive, there actually is going to be an option called Team Drive that's coming out soon, because one thing we've heard in the past is, one person like creates the files or folders, and then what happens if that person leaves our school division? If they forget to transfer that ownership to someone else. Um, so what happens with Team Drive is you can actually create a drive folder files where there is a team of people that are actually all owners. Now, the person that does create, that starts that team, does have the ability to make different roles on it. But again, everyone that's on that team though does have ownership of that content. So I know there's a lot of situations where like grade teams, administrative teams are sharing folders, but only one's the owner. But when that team drive comes out, it should be available within hopefully the next few months. That'll hopefully eliminate that concern about what happens when that person leaves, retires, or school from our school division. So I think you're going to like that option. Another thing I want to quickly show is Forms. Again, is one of my favorite Google tools. They've added some new functionality here within Forms. I think you're going to really like it. One of them is it can now anticipate what your responses or type question you may be adding to a form to save you a little bit of time. So, for example, in this form here, if I was to type what day of the week, and see, as soon as I typed that week, what happened is this came up with this suggestions, and notice how I listed these all the days of the week. So before I even in my question here, I can just go and click on Add All, and it automatically adds all those answers. And if I don't want to include the weekend, all you got to do, of course, just click on the X here to get rid of it. So again, anticipated what my question was going to be, and I gave me a suggestion for my answers. Uh, so it's a nice little option right there. Talking about days of the week, you might also, type in, what month you prefer, what time of day. We give you like an AM, PM option. So it's pretty neat. If you start asking a question about like a rate from 1 to 5, it'll automatically change your multiple choice to a scale, linear scale. So it's a nice little option there to save some time when it comes to creating forms. Another thing you can do now with forms that I really like, and I've been waiting a long time for this option, they finally, I think, got enough feedback to add it. If I go ahead and click Add a Question here, I now have a new option where people can actually do a file upload. So I can actually ask people, okay, to upload a file, might be an image. It could be I'm looking for a specific assignment or something. Upload a PDF file, share a Google file, etc. So it's really nice here. Okay, when it comes to option now, we can actually upload files, and I have an options here about maximum number of files anywhere from 1 to 10. Maximum file size is going to be from 1 meg to 10 gig, which is very, very large. File types allowed is all, okay, but if I want to, I can just look at specific ones, uncheck that. Okay, I can just select specific ones or uncheck specific ones. That way I can kind of filter about the specific file that I want. So really like this option now that you have file upload when it comes to your forms. And then the last one here, real quick, is I mentioned this, I sent out an email, but now you have the new Google Sites is out. And the way you access the new Google Sites, if you go to your drive, and all your Google Sites now are stored in your drive. If I go to New and I go down to More, I'll see Google Sites right here. And for all you people that have used web site content creators like Wix, this is a classic example, like drag and drop when it comes to create websites. It's totally different from what the classic Google Sites was. For any of you all that has created Google Sites using the classic way, they are working on a way where you can take your content and merge it into this new Google Sites. That will be coming out later on. I believe they're going to keep classic sites up for at least another year anyway. But what's nice here is it's very, very clean. Let's say, for example, I want to create a T3 video site. Notice here, everything's right here at my fingertips. I can easily do adjustments. I can change the type font that I want here. I can put a link in here. I can, if I want to, I can easily come here and change the image. They have a gallery, or I can upload my own. Let's say I want to go ahead and here, just go with the white here. Again, look kind of like a snow theme. And notice over here, I want to point this out too. Notice how, see my text, it automatically changed to black. And that's because, and this is very important now, because a big thing is readability for everyone, especially those with handicaps, visual handicaps, etc. Uh, what's nice is it will automatically adjust readability here of our content. So when it comes down to size, color of text on backgrounds, it will adjust that for us. And that, like I said, that's very huge right now because there's a federal law called 508 that we need to makes us to make sure we're compliant when it comes down to content we put out there on the internet, so everyone can read our content. And then the way you actually add content to your website is over here on the right hand side. You'll see 3 columns: insert, pages, themes. So here on the insert tab, I can insert a text box, images, upload content, embed a URL. And it's as simple as, if I click on images, it comes to this screen. I really like that I can just search. Okay, let me go ahead and just put in Christmas here. If I click, it'll bring up items. If I see one I like, I can just click right here and hit select. What it does, it puts it and fits it right here on my page automatically. I don't have to worry about dragging it, etc., to make it fit. And let's say I want to insert a text box. Notice it put it right down here underneath my picture. But if I want to, maybe I want to take it and I want to drag it. And notice how it adjusted and fit right here beside my picture. So it really adjusts content very neatly here on my site. And notice you can insert stuff from your Google Drive. You can insert entire folders, YouTube, calendars, maps very easily with this interface. Pages tab, I can easily add pages here. Obviously, it has my home page. Okay, I can rename it, but I just hit this plus button and I can add additional pages easily. And then I have a lot of themes here, okay, that I can use for my website. And again, what's nice is it uses colors and text fonts that makes it very easy to read. So I recommend check out the new Google sites. If you looked at the classic sites, I know you're going to really like this new one here. All right, again, I hope you like these resources. Again, I hope everyone has a great holiday break. We've done really great so far this school year, but everyone definitely deserves some rest and relaxation. So again, don't forget to submit the word for the door prize. Everybody have a great holiday season, a great happy new year, and we'll see you in the month of January. Take care.